Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you love reading, today you are in the right place. I love to talk about books and I also love reading. So here on this channel, I just like to make book videos talking about things that I've read. Recently I made videos about Oathbound by Tracy Deonn, First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I made a spring/summer book haul of books that I've bought recently. And today, I am excited to talk about Emily Henry's new release, Great Big Beautiful Life. I have a matcha here. This was left over from yesterday, but it's still good. And it's giving Cosmo and Wanda, but today we are going to be discussing Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And I'm an Emily Henry girly. So how I got into her books actually was from a YouTuber named Emma Top. And I love her videos. I don't really think she makes YouTube videos as much anymore, but back in the day, I loved watching her. She was like a vlog, travel, college type of video when I was watching her. And she loved People We Meet on Vacation, and she posted about it all the time. And I was like, ooh, this looks really good. You know, I love romances. I like traveling, and so I was like, this is the perfect book for me. So that was how I got introduced to Emily Henry's books, and People We Meet on Vacation was the very first one that I ever read from her, and I really liked that one, and I know a lot of people don't for some reason, whatever. It's been a few years since I've read it. I probably read it like in, I want to say 2019. I don't know if it was that long ago, maybe 2020, but a few years ago now. And since then, I have read all of her books, and now when she releases new ones, I get them on release week, and I try to read them, you know, pretty quickly because I know they're very popular. And again, anyway, that's how I got introduced to Emily Henry, and I really love her books. Recently, the last one that I feel like I truly connected with was Happy Place. I really liked Happy Place. I do like People Meet on Vacation, and I love Beach Read. So I'd say those are like my top. I liked Book Lovers, and I liked Funny Story, and I liked this one, but they're not my favorite from her. So this video is going to contain spoilers for Great Big Beautiful Life, but if you are not sure if you want to read an Emily Henry book, and if you haven't read one of her books before, I would recommend this one, especially if you haven't read her books before, because this one is a little bit of a departure than the style or format that she usually writes. This is still a romance, but it kind of incorporates a new aspect where she's bringing in other subjects and they're telling their stories through the book as well, and not just focusing on a female main character and a main male character to tell the romance story. So there's another figure in here, and it kind of incorporates her story. And I know she said that this book was based on, or it was inspired by not Great Big Beautiful Life, The Last Great American Dynasty by Taylor Swift. So if you like that song and you like those types of vibes, I think you would like this book. So I still would recommend it. And even if you have read Emily Henry, like, I liked the book. So I would still recommend people to read it. But it is a departure of what she's done before, but honestly, I don't mind that. I mean, people have to evolve, and as writers continue writing, they, you know, hone their craft. They try new things similar to any other artist. Like, they're going to want to explore different branches and realms of their craft and how they want to go about it. So I don't mind that she's trying something new, and even if I didn't connect with it like 100%, I still enjoyed the story, and I still can admire, you know, her taking that risk and going with what inspired her, because I truly think, you know, when you're an artist, like, going against what doesn't inspire you, or trying to make art that you think other people would just want to hear, want to look at, or want to listen to, is not the way to create art. So anyway, those are my thoughts. I gave this book a 3.25 stars out of 5. So those are my non-spoiler thoughts. Now, if you've read the book, continue on into this video, because I'll be talking specifically about what I liked about it, what I didn't like, and why I only gave it 3.25 stars. So let's get into my specific thoughts. So what I liked about this book, it still feels like an Emily Henry book. The way that she writes it, and like the female main character feels really like a in-depth character. She's not a shallow character, and that's what I always liked about her female main characters, is that they feel like real people. They're going through struggles in their life. They're not a perfect person, and we meet them in a point where their life is changing. And I really like that about Emily Henry's books, because I think that's what really why I really connected with Happy Place, because I had just graduated college. I was starting a new job, and for some reason the female main character in that book really connected with me just at that time. So I really enjoy that about her books, and I think they're similar to music, where you can hear a song and you may like the song and you may listen to it, but you don't really connect with the message until you go through something in your life where you listen to that song again and you're like, dang, like now I'm really hearing the song. You know, before I was listening to it and I liked it, but now I'm really hearing it. That's how I feel about Emily Henry's books. You just have to go through some things to see it in a different perspective. And that's what I really like about them. And I feel the same way about this book. And I'm sure someone is maybe in a similar situation as Alice is in her life, where she's in her 30s. She's still not in a relationship. She has good friends, but she may have a rocky relationship with her mom. She may have just lost a family member. So it's like relatable things that people really can connect to. And that's why I like her writing so much. And I did like the romance in this, but honestly, I preferred Margaret's story. I really liked hearing about her like background, her life story. I thought it was so interesting, and it definitely reminded me of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, in the way that we're following a Hollywood starlet, someone who grew up in the spotlight, who had tons of wealth, and how that impacted them in their life, and how they explain it when they're older. So it definitely has that aspect, but so I felt like I was more invested in her story, and I wanted to know what happened to her family, why doesn't she talk to anyone anymore, that type of thing. And I could not guess the twist at the end. I did not see that coming, of Jody being her niece and of Hayden being her grandson. I was gagged by that. I did not see that coming at all. I thought it was going to be similar to Seven Husbands, where Jody was her lover or something, or she figured out like she was gay like later on in life after Cosmo, but that was not the case. I was completely wrong in that. So that's what I liked about the book. I liked the mystery aspects of it, because again, I love a good mystery. And even in a romance, I think it worked. Like, some of the things did work, and I liked having to try to figure it out up until the very end, like what in the world is going on and how that connected to Alice and Hayden's love story. But I think the things that I didn't like about it was Alice and Hayden's story felt very insta-lovey to me. Like, y'all have known each other for 3 to 4 weeks. You're in a space where you're not in your normal routine and normal like work day and life routine. So you're falling in love in a month. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, because like a lot of romances do that. It happens very fast and it's very, you know, again, insta-lovey, but I don't know, this one just felt weird to me and it didn't feel deep to me. And I think it's because I was lacking Hayden's point of view. I feel like this book could have benefited from Hayden's point of view, and maybe only a few times throughout the book. Maybe he didn't have to have every chapter like we have an Alice chapter, a Hayden chapter, and then a Margaret chapter. It didn't have to be like that, but I would have at least loved to see more of his perspective, or even just gotten more scenes with him that maybe would have let me know him a little bit better. But I did like the grumpy and sunshine characteristics that they had. I did like that. I liked how he went to her in the storm. So it's like there was things that, you know, he did that I enjoyed, but I just felt like I was lacking his perspective. So he felt one-dimensional to me. And so since he felt one-dimensional, I don't know, it was falling flat. The romance was rushed to me. And even at the end, whenever we got to the end and she was like, my pregnant belly, I literally was caught off guard. I was like, what? Literally on the last page. I'm like, what are we talking about? She's talking about a pregnant belly and writing letters to her daughter. And I'm just like, we just got together. From my perspective, y'all have known each other for a month and y'all just got together. So the ending did feel a little rushed to me, and that's why I was like, the pacing was an issue, and I think mixed with me feeling like the romance wasn't as deep with that pacing issue, that's what I really had an issue with. Everything else I think was good, because even the Margaret chapters didn't feel disconnected to me. Like at first I was worried that it was gonna feel disjointed and not flow very well, but since Margaret was Hayden's grandmother in the end, like it's still all connected in the end, and there was a reason why we were there, not just to write this book. So I liked how it's still connected, and it, again, that part didn't feel disjointed to me. One thing that did feel disjointed though, I was very confused about the family tree. About halfway through the book, I was still trying to figure out who was who. I knew who Margaret was. Later on, I knew her sister, I knew Cosmo, the parents, the grandparents, the other people. I was like, okay, we need to have a family tree in the book because I'm lost and I'm trying to figure out who is who. Those are the things that didn't work for me. What did work for me, again, I liked Alice. I like how the characters, her female main characters, always have, it feels like a real life situation. And I thought that they were cute together, even though I wish I would have had more of Hayden's perspective, or I would have gotten more from him. And overall, I understand why people may not have liked this book as much. I can understand why you may think like she shouldn't have done, gone in this direction, but I mean, that's just what people do. If you didn't like the book, you didn't like the book, and you move on. And if she writes another one, I will be buying it. I will be buying Emily Henry's book. She's one of my auto-buy authors. The way she writes, I mean, the writing is just good. Also, the writing is just good. It's not bad writing. It's not cheesy to me. It feels real, and it feels like it has a message and something to say. And even though there were a few things throughout the story that bothered me a little bit, or I wish were a little bit different, I think the overall message was still a beautiful message of overall love and overall experience of life. Like, it's not just romance. There's so much more with your family, with your friends, with the people that you've had maybe a misconnection with. And I just liked the overall message. So I liked this one. It was a good book. I don't know if I'll read it again, maybe in a few years. I've never read or reread any of Emily Henry's books, and I really want to. I want to reread People We Meet on Vacation, just because that was the one that it's been so long since I've read it. I think last year or in 2023, I read Beach Read and Book Lovers, and then Happy Place. So there was one year where I read a bunch of her books, and then this year I read this one. So I just want to catch up again and kind of revisit those stories. And yeah, let me know your thoughts about this book. I know, again, like I said, I know some people didn't like it. Let me know what you think about this book. And for whatever reason, Emily Henry's books are so, like, the rankings are so always different. And again, I think it's just because people connect with the story depending on where they are in their life or what their experiences have been. So everyone's rankings are always different. And so let me know what you think about this book. Did you absolutely love it? Was it a 5-star for you? Did you not like it as much? Did you feel the same way as me? If you did love it, what did you love? If you didn't like it, what did you not like? Let me know, because I really want to know. I've been looking up TikToks of this book, of what people think after I finished it, just to get other people's perspectives, and I'm always interested in that. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.